picking out rotten pumpkins.
You're distracting me.
Good morning, Birch family.
I'm hurting.
Say good morning to the Birch family.
Good morning. It's wedding day.
It's wedding day. It's wedding day. This vlog is going to be a little bit all over the place. I wanted to first sit and talk to you guys and let you know that I'm freaking out. This first video, I honestly just want to sit down and talk to you guys about how me and Ben got engaged, just the process it's been getting my hair and makeup done, doing invitations, picking out dresses, and all that kind of stuff. So that's mainly what this video is going to be focused on. The other parts of this video are going to be more vlog style. So I hope you enjoy it, and let's go ahead and get into it. Bye! I am so nervous right now. I can't believe I'm getting married today. I'm not nervous about actually getting married because Ben is my all-time best friend and I'm so excited to spend the rest of my life with him. I'm just nervous about the actual ceremony and all the people. I don't even know how to start this video. I'm just gonna start from the beginning, from when we got engaged. So back in December, Ben decided to go into the Navy and he went off to boot camp. Then I was able to go see him for like his boot camp graduation, and then he went down to Pensacola for A school. And then once he was done with A school, I knew he was gonna be able to come home, and I knew he was gonna ask me to marry him when he came home because we had been talking about it, and it's really hard to surprise me. I don't get surprised very easily. He had told me he was gonna come home from this date to this date. So on March 21st, I was at work, and I actually was working late because we had a crazy day, and some friends had asked me to come over to like take some pictures for their business, and I was like, okay, whatever. And I didn't think anything of it because it's a photography business. And I called her and I was like, please, can we reschedule? Like, I'm so tired. I don't want to go home and put my makeup on and like get dressed. She's like, no, like you have to come. We've had this scheduled for weeks. You can't like blow us off. And so got off work and like went home and like threw a dress on and slapped some makeup on my face, and I went over. And this is like a week before Ben was supposed to be home. And I'm sitting there taking these pictures like exhausted, and he like peeps around the corner, and it took me a while to like register that it was him because I was like, what is he doing here? I can't even like explain what I was thinking in that moment, and I'll insert the clip here. He was right. You were gonna charge him. Needless to say, I was super surprised. I did not expect that at all. They completely pulled it off. So he was home for about a week, and then he got stationed in Norfolk, Virginia, and that's where he's been ever since. We've only seen each other like 4 or 5 times this entire year. So once he left and went home and everything kind of settled down, we started looking for wedding dresses. The first place that I went was David's Bridal, and I wasn't really impressed with the David's Bridal. I don't know if it's just the one that I went to, but it was really like all over the place. So I was at David's Bridal, like literally like just looking, trying to get an idea of what I liked because I had never freaking tried on dresses before. And every time I would try on the dress, the lady would be like, that's it, that's the one. Are you gonna get it? Are you ready to get it right now? Bitch. Because she was being really like extremely pushy, and I kept being like, no, like I'm just looking, I just want to try on dresses. I just did not like the experience at David's Bridal whatsoever. So I was kind of like discouraged about finding a dress because it was not a good experience. A friend of mine actually just got married, and she recommended this other place. It was called Fabulous Frocks, and they had all of these amazing dresses. But the really cool thing is you schedule an appointment, they close the entire store, so you're the only one there, and you got to try on these dresses. And she was super kind. The experience was amazing. So I was there, and the store's closed, and there's no one there, and I'm trying on all these dresses, and I found some that I really liked, but there was this one dress that I loved, but I didn't want to make like an impulse purchase. So we ended up leaving that store and going to a different store, and I tried on a bunch of dresses there, and I just couldn't get that one dress out of my mind. I looked at my mom and I was like, that's it. That's the dress I want to wear. So we went back to Fabulous Frocks and I bought the dress. And I'm so happy I did. I am completely obsessed and in love with my wedding dress. It was a lot more expensive than I had put aside for a dress. I just loved it so much, and I don't regret it. I don't regret spending more to get that dress at all. But I have literally gone to 7 or 8 like dress alteration sessions where I put it on, they pin it, take it off, go home. Go back, put it on, they pin it, take it off, go home. I will say my dress went from this giant like blanket that was draping off of me to actually fitting. And so that was really nerve-wracking. I was like, oh my God, this dress is not the dress that I purchased. I've gotten it altered, it fits me now. After I got my dress, I started picking out like wedding colors. I decided on white, gray, and like a light green. And so that's what I decided on my bridesmaids dresses to be, was that light like gray green. A couple weeks later, we went to pick out bridesmaids dresses, and the place that I got my bridesmaids dresses were, it's called Bella Bridesmaids, and I love that place. They also are by appointment only, at least the one that I went to, and they closed the whole store and you try on all these dresses. I brought my sister and my mom with me, and I ended up choosing 4 or 5 dresses by the same designer so that all the dresses looked similar, but they had just different designs, and I let my bridesmaids pick out which dress they wanted. I think the next thing that was like the most exciting was picking out my everyday dishes. One of my all-time favorite colors is turquoise, so I picked out these turquoise dishes and also gray dishes to kind of mix and match, and my silverware and my drink glasses, and it was so much fun. So I got my dress, I got my bridesmaids dresses, I had picked out my dishes, and this was all like back in April, May. Once all the big stuff is done, you have all of these little things that you have to do, which has been driving me crazy. I think that one of the biggest expenses and one of the biggest projects with the most detail was the invitations. My mom is actually my maid of honor, and I am so happy she took care of all the invitations, and that was like her main thing. They wanted to know the size of the invitation, what kind of paper you wanted to use for the invitation, how you wanted your ink pressed on the invitation, and that like completely overwhelmed me, and I am so glad that my mom took care of that. And don't even get me started like on the envelopes or the RSVPs. That was just nuts. They ended up being absolutely gorgeous. I'm just so glad that that's done. It has probably taken 2 or 3 months to design our invitations, and that's crazy. From the point that we got engaged to the point that we were wanting to get married, it was a 7-month time period. Oh my gosh. There's so much stuff that takes so long to do. I think one of the easiest things was designing the cake. That was like knocked out and done within a week. We just did traditional vanilla cake, and he wanted his groomsman cake to be like the navy symbol, and that was really easy. For our honeymoon, we were gonna do a sandals resort in the Bahamas, but the Navy wouldn't release him to leave the country. So we have decided to go to Disney World instead, and I'm super pumped about it because I've never been, and I'm really, really excited. In the past couple months, I've been meeting with photographers and videographers and florists, trying to get my band nailed down, trying to find like a violinist for the actual ceremony, trying to figure out what kind of ceremony I want. It's a lot. And I can tell you that today, on my wedding day, I am so happy I am done planning everything. I decided not to wear shoes with my dress. I told my bridesmaids we're not wearing shoes with our dresses, so I hope that ends up working out. I guess I'll find out today. I've gone to makeup trials, and let me tell you guys, go and do makeup trials before you decide on a makeup artist, because I went to somebody and they completely butchered my face. I will insert pictures because it looked so terrible that I was like, oh, I'm just gonna do my makeup myself. I went for a hair trial. She did a terrible job on my hair. It looked like a freaking rat's nest. But after trying a bunch of different people, I ended up finding such an amazing makeup artist and someone to do my hair. She did such an amazing job. I just got my hair done, and I think it looks really good. Those are 2 things that like really had me stressed for a while. Look who's calling. Hello. Did you see the backyard?
Yeah, I like it. It's going real good.
I know. Are you getting nervous?
No.
I'm nervous.
No reason to be.
I know. Hey, I'm trying to film this video. Let me call you right back.
All right.
I love you.
Love you too.
Bye. And I still have so much to do. Part 2 of this vlog will be going up soon if you want to tune in to that. There's a lot more wedding planning, a lot more mental breakdowns in the second part of this. So I'll see you in that video. Bye!